Hello.
Right. Yes, we're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Say hi in the comments.
Hi. So
I'm
say
Phil.
yes, absolutely.
This
So
is
Phil, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Sure. I'm Phil. I live in Milan and I am from England.
That's nice.
I've been living in Milan for a year and a half now.
A year and a half. Wow, that is so nice.
I know. Well,
What
it has been very nice, yes.
it has been, right? What's the best thing about Milan?
Um, oh, I don't remember. I think I think the people have been very good during this
Sure.
difficult time. Nobody's being very selfish like they
Mhm.
are in the UK. In the UK,
Absolutely.
people are grabbing things from supermarkets, and if you want items, you can't find them. But in Italy, the people have been really respectful, I think.
Sure.
What do you
That's
think,
really
Matt?
nice.
What's the best thing about Milanese people? About Milan for
In
you?
general,
Yeah.
well, okay. Well, this is just coming from me, but I think the risotto is, is one of the best things about Milan. Of course, the food and absolutely the people. I think as well, the Italian people in general, they're very hardworking and they're not selfish, as you've said. They're very generous and they always smile regardless of the situations.
Yeah,
And I think I just admire them for that. I mean, we're
absolutely.
actually in a very, very tough situation right now, but they still. Have you heard the news about some of the Italians singing from their
The singing,
balconies?
I have seen the singing in the
Yeah.
balcony. Have you seen anybody singing from the balconies?
Well, unfortunately, no,
Um,
because I live in like the outskirts of Milan, so I
um,
cannot see that. However, I think yesterday, like last night, rather, we have some people from the building who were clapping like at 9 a.m. at 9 p.m. Sorry, because I think it was just a part of their celebration for people who have recovered from who have recovered. So I think that was a very good tribute for that.
yeah.
That's nice.
Alessandro says hi. Hi, Alessandro
Hi, Ella, hello
from Rome.
from Rome. Okay, see, have you been to Rome?
I have been to Rome. Yes, only
And
once.
only once. And what's your opinion about it?
I think it was the most beautiful city that I had seen at that time,
That
and
was
maybe
that
still
was
is the most
nice.
beautiful city.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Have you tried like any local food there?
Um, Maybe I don't remember. That was my first time in Italy, so it was a long
Okay.
time ago. Have you ever
Oh,
been to Rome?
wow. Well, I've been there a couple of times, but it was only the last time when I tried a proper Roman food.
Mm.
But I forgot the name. Ale, you might be able to help, but it's this typical um pork with bresaola, and
Ah,
between pork and bresaola, there were herbs, fresh herbs, and then the sauce. The sauce is made from white wine and lemon. It was actually
sounds
really
good.
delicious, but I
I
forgot
wonder
the
what the
name.
name is. Yeah,
Maybe Ale can help us with that.
yeah, Alessandro, what's the name of the dish?
Yeah, Ale, what's the name of that? If you know,
Yeah,
of course. No
yeah,
pressure.
good. Well, we have
Sure.
3 viewers at the moment. It would be nice
That's
if
nice.
other people join, but
That was
in the
great.
meantime, shall we begin?
We should definitely begin. But before we begin, everyone, let me just. Phil and I would like to promote or would like to show you how you can share this with your friends. Okay, so everyone, if you know someone who's interested in learning English with you, of course, maybe your family members, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So, how can you check out the other webinars that we have? You just simply need to go to YouTube and then you type any of the following to watch that webinar,
Yeah.
and then that's it. So,
So
Phil,
depending on
when
your
do we
level,
have when do we usually have the webinars, Phil?
they are from 9 in the morning until 9 p.m. at night.
That's great. So
Yeah.
everyone, you don't have any excuses not
No,
to attend.
so every single hour you
Mhm.
have to watch a webinar. Okay, maybe not every single hour.
Maybe not every single hour.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right.
Hi, Ladia.
Hi, Ilaria from Padua. From Padua. Hello. So nice to hear from you. All
Yeah,
right.
that's pretty.
So everyone, that's it. And I think we are
Okay, there we go. Today's,
we're good to start.
yeah, we could start.
Let's start.
Today's focus
We
is
can definitely start.
achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, achievement. Okay.
Great.
The objectives today. Shall I read?
Definitely, Phil. Take it.
All right, okay. So in this focus activity, we are discussing success. We're looking at idioms about accomplishments, and it says phrasal verbs with out. So out as the prefix of a verb. Okay, looking at the higher level vocabulary and phrases today. Yes. Okay. Next slide. Would you like to read the question, Matthew?
Absolutely. Great. So let's read this together, everyone, so you can also practice your pronunciation if you want. All right. So, blockbuster. How do people become successful? What does it take? How do you measure success? Wow. And who is the most successful person that you know? What makes them successful?
So if you'd like to respond to any of the questions, write in the comments number
Mhm.
one or number two or number three or all three of them and
Mhm.
your answer to the comments, and then we will read it. Okay?
Absolutely. Definitely. So, everyone, Phil and I cannot see you right now, but we definitely want you to participate. Okay. So, as much as possible, everyone, try to answer the questions that we have here so we can also, engage with each other and that. Wait,
Okay.
Ale wrote something. Maybe it's Saltimbocca la Romana. Ale,
Mm.
let me just look for that thing. Oh my God, yes,
Um,
it is.
is it right?
It is correct. It's Saltimbocca la Romana.
That sounds
It
delicious.
is. That was delicious. That was gorge. I would definitely love to try that again. Thank you so much for that, Ale. Okay. So now everyone, let's try to answer these questions. Okay. Phil, I want to ask you first. How do people become successful? What do you think?
Okay, well, what does it take? I
Mm-hmm.
think it takes um, a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Or it takes privilege, I guess, maybe also privilege of birth. If you're already born into a successful family, then or you are more likely to have more money later in
Mm-hmm.
life, I think.
Sure.
But it can also come from hard work and maybe a sprinkle of luck as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Sprinkle of luck. That's a very good expression, Phil. Can we type that out?
pinch, maybe a pinch. Yeah, a
And a
pinch.
pinch as well.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay.
Great.
Would you add anything to that, Matthew?
Well, I definitely agree with you. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it with the privilege part, but I think that's that's just a part of life. Some people are way more privileged than others are, so I guess we just need to face that. But I think as well being persistent. If you fall down, you just stand up again and just have a go at it for the second time, third time, fourth time,
Yeah.
or multiple times. I really don't think you should give up, everyone. I really think you should be persistent and at least curious. At least like a pinch of curiosity can help you get that success that we're
Yeah,
aiming for, right?
good. Yeah. To have a go, guys. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm. To have a go.
yeah. It
We
means
haven't
to make an attempt.
absolutely. So
Make an
let's
attempt.
so
Try.
let's.
Oh, Alessandro's written something. Shall we
Ollie
read?
wrote something. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
read.
I think that if you want to become successful, you have to make lots of sacrifices. Study hard when your friends are having fun, for example. Ah, that's a really
Mhm.
good point. Yeah, sacrifices. And a little
I
sad.
think that's such a huge word. Yeah, that's a huge word. Sacrifices.
Could you make those sacrifices, Matthew? I'm not sure if I could.
All right. So I I'm not really sure about that, but I think
Yeah,
as long as my career is at stake, my career is what we're talking about, then maybe I can,
make
make
sacrifices.
some sacrifices here and there. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you willing to?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
But we have
Clara has.
another answer from Clara.
Can you read, Matthew?
Yeah, sure. So Clara wrote that some are trying to stay healthy, walking or doing sport, or eating a lot of vegetables and having a positive way of life. So in this case, Clara, we say life instead of live. Okay?
Okay.
Both. What do
Um,
we mean by both?
you
How?
can also say to have a positive attitude.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good one.
Um, the the correct mentality or attitude, the way that you
Mhm.
approach life.
Absolutely. I really think that we should have a very positive outlook in
Mhm.
life, because that will help us to really get that um, positive attitude that we are looking for. And I think
Exactly.
that's plus I think that's healthy. I
Okay.
mean, exercise is healthy, right?
Yeah. Should we look at the second question?
We should definitely look at the second question.
Matthew, what do you think? How do you measure success?
Filter to be told. I don't know. I don't know how someone can or how someone measures success, because I think it's something that you cannot measure, because if you measure that, you just add another on the pile and then you just add another thing and you just keep adding up, and I don't think that's healthy. So I think you cannot measure success, but at least you can celebrate them. So I think that's just my opinion. But how about you, Phil? How do you measure success?
Well, first of all, Ilaria has written something. Maybe Ilaria
Oh,
has
all
a different.
right.
I think
Yeah.
success can be measured with your reputation, with the opinion people have about you. Ah,
This is
okay. So it doesn't matter how successful you think you are. It depends on how other people see your
sure.
success.
Do you agree with that?
Um, it's an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, yeah. If anybody else has any other ideas, right?
Anybody else? Yes, absolutely. Please interact with us. We
Yeah.
definitely love reading your answers.
Do you agree with Clara and Alessandro and Ilaria? Okay. Otherwise, I think success usually is measured with money, how much money you have,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and what your position is
Mm-hmm.
job-wise,
Mm-hmm.
how people measure success. But personally, I think if I'm healthy and happy, then I'm successful. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. What do you
That's
think,
really
guys?
nice.
Write in the comments if you agree with mine or Matthew's opinion on this.
Sure.
Okay.
Daniela wrote something, and she's saying hello from Bologna. Hi, Daniela. It's so nice to hear from you. It's Phil and Matthew in the house right now. And she said that she agrees with Ilaria.
Yeah.
That's nice. Right.
Good.
So it's not how you see yourself, it's how others see you.
Yeah.
That's some philosophical approach to the question, and I love it. That's
Okay.
nice. Great. Shall we
The
move to the next number?
Yeah. Let's have a look at the last one.
All right. So, who is the most successful person that you know, Phil? And what makes them successful?
Oh goodness. Well, I
Our minds
didn't.
are totally blank right now with people.
I don't know about the most successful,
Uh huh.
but I think you are successful if you're, like I said before, if you're healthy, happy, if you have some money in the bank too.
Sure. Okay.
You know, I think a lot of my peers, a lot of the people I spend my time with are equally successful.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the, but it depends. Alessandro has written, success is when you are well satisfied with yourself. Hmm.
That's
Uh,
nice.
I'm not sure. Can you say well satisfied?
Well,
Success.
I would definitely just use when you're satisfied. I wouldn't put well in there, but
Yeah.
maybe he wanted to put hyphen there, but
Yeah, but
it's
well
not really.
is not a compound adjective.
It's
So
not a compound
just
one.
satisfied, only satisfied. Emma says,
Absolutely.
can you read it, Matthew?
So Emma wrote that I believe success is measured with happiness. As long as you're happy, you've achieved success. Oh God, this is quite difficult.
It sounds like we're starting a song. As long as you're happy. But it's true. I absolutely agree, Emma. I absolutely agree.
Um, okay, so I'm with you on this one, Emma, but it will take some time.
Tell me, guys, tell us who's the most successful person you know?
Absolutely, everyone. If you know someone, please let us know. We love reading your answers. Okay,
Yeah.
we love them. We love them. Keep them coming, everyone. Keep them
Who's
coming.
who's successful with the situation at the moment? Which politicians are successfully dealing with it? I don't think the UK are.
I think Italy is prepared, shall we say? They've
Yeah,
taken precautionary measures in advance, so I think that's a plus point. Um,
it will be an
so
achievement if we get through to April, I'm sure, or
I
when we
really
get.
hope so. I would love to choose when we get there.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit too much now. But anyway, we cannot do anything about that as of the moment. But yeah, great.
Okay.
We have an
Uh,
answer from Ale.
yeah, I
So
agree
Phil,
with Emma. There's a great quote from Oscar Wilde that says, "Happiness is not having what you want; it's wanting what you have." We got some good students here.
wow, I
It's
lo- I
very
love
well.
I love the literary use of this. This is really nice.
Yeah.
It's wanting what you have.
Hmm.
I, I really hope so.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the 80-20 theory in a relationship. Have you heard about that, Phil?
Nope.
Like the 80-20. I'm not sure, but I saw a post somewhere talking about the 80-20 formula in a relationship where you are stuck in the 80% of what you have in life, yet you're still craving for that 20%.
100%. Craving for.
You're,
What does it? What does it mean to crave for something?
anyone has any ideas on what you mean to crave for something?
Hmm.
If you know the answer, let us know, of course.
Oh, in the meantime, let's read Ilaria's answer.
Okay.
Go ahead, Matthew.
All right. So Chiara Ferragni is successful because she has lots or a lot of influence on, it's correct, on people. For example, she collects 4 millions for San Raffaele Hospital.
That's fine.
Collect, I think you meant to say donated,
Um,
if I'm not mistaken.
she donated
Can you
4
clarify?
million.
She
Okay.
donated 4 millions for the research team of San Raffaele. I'm not
Mhm.
sure because I think it's corruption if she
Well,
if
maybe
she collected 4 millions.
no, maybe she fundraised 4 million.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Okay,
Collect.
maybe fundraise
So you can also say to fundraise.
to fundraise.
It
Yeah.
means to collect money for something. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's
Four
to fundraise.
million euros. That's a lot of money. That's really good.
That's a lot of money.
And
That's nice.
as well, I think it's difficult to have success in all fields. Probably if a person has success in work, he doesn't have success in his family. You have to sacrifice something. Okay,
Sacrifice. Mm-hmm.
sacrifice. Yeah, with ICE, sacrifice something.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Probably person has success in work. Okay.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, can
There's,
be.
yeah. There's no equilibrium if you got a lot of success. Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe you're not.
Absolutely.
If you have so much success, are you still well liked by people? That's
Mm-hmm.
another thought as well. All
That's
right.
true.
I think we should move on. Matthew,
Absolutely.
these
Right.
students
So
are
let's
bored.
just turn off this. Okay.
I think we'll skip this slide because it's to do with a video. So.
Okay.
But there's an interesting question there, though. So, in society, what do we tend to think success is? The second question.
Mm-hmm.
What do we tend to think? I think I said before that it's to do with money or maybe your position in a company. That's what people usually think success is.
Mm-hmm.
What else can we be successful at is the third question.
Mm-hmm.
So not only in your job, what else could we be successful at?
Sure. Sorry, Phil. So we skipped our own question, which is the crave for. What do we mean by crave for? So I'm sorry, everyone. We totally blanked out on that. Sorry. So when you say crave for, I think this is a very good explanation from Daniela. It means to desire a lot, all right,
Yeah.
or to really want something. Okay,
Like,
to strongly want something.
yeah. Do you crave for a coffee in the morning, Matthew?
Un- Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But
Well,
do you?
no, but I'm craving a cigarette right now.
But unfortunately, we cannot do that in front of
We
the
can't do
webinar.
it during class, not after last time.
Like,
Um, Okay. Does the narrator believe people can be successful at everything? Okay. Again, this is about a video
mhm,
that you can't watch on a webinar. But can people be successful at everything? I think. I think the answer that someone said before that Daniela said before. Um, you cannot have equilibrium. If you're very successful in your job, then you need to make sacrifices in your family, or vice versa. If you want to have a good family life, then you need to make sacrifices at work.
sure.
Um, or is it possible to have an equilibrium? If you have a different opinion, write in the comments.
Absolutely, everyone.
Yeah.
So this is a very intriguing question.
Hmm.
Really,
Yeah.
really helps you to reflect a lot.
Yeah. And in
Oh,
the
we have a lot of
meantime, yeah. Well, because those questions are about a video which we don't have.
absolutely. So we can we might go back to that slide if we have time later. But this is the
Mm,
most important one, everyone.
yeah,
So we have here a list of idioms and, of course, a fill in the gap activity for us to answer.
yeah. So how about we'll letter the idioms. So the idioms go A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and
Okay.
the gaps are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So,
Mm-hmm.
so for the number one, what do you think? Which letter?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so rags to riches being A, move up in the world being B. Okay, so while we're reading, try to fill in the gap. Now we have another comment from Mary.
From
Uh,
Mary, let's have a look.
would you like to read, Matthew?
Sure. Okay, so Mary wrote that success for me can also be reached being a role model for people or to people, inspiring them to do better and be better. So for me, success is having the power to influence people. Wow,
So
that's a very strong statement, that last
yeah,
one.
be careful with expiring and inspiring. Yeah,
Fantastic.
and I'm sure you probably noticed that mistake, Mary. But that's a good answer. Thank you, Mary.
Perfect.
All right. So again, fill in the gaps with the idioms. Let's Matthew, could you read the idioms?
All right, so I will read the idioms for everyone. You can
Yeah.
also try to read it, everyone, at your own spaces and stuff so that you can practice your pronunciation, okay? So, rags to riches, move up in the world, leaps and bounds, come a long way, ahead of the pack, front runner, and top dog.
Do you have any ideas of what these mean, students? If you want to ask questions about the meaning, or
Mm-hmm.
give what you think is the meaning for the idiom, let us know in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
From rags to riches, move up in the world, leaps and bounds, come a long way, ahead of the pack, front runner, and the top
We,
dog.
we definitely want to hear the answers from you first before Phil and I help you on this
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Shall we read the paragraph?
Let's
Um,
read the paragraphs and skip the blanks so that we can help them, have some time to decide.
okay. Matthew, would you like to start?
Sure. All right. So Jane has in her career at the moment she is the for an important promotion at work. Jane says it is both her work ethic and her positive attitude that put her at her workplace. Jane grew up in a poor family, so her success is a true story. Phil, would you like to continue?
Okay. Jane admits that it feels great to and have more money and status, but she also believes that her greatest achievement, excuse me, is her courage. Her confidence has grown in over the past several years. Whether she becomes the at work or not, Jane feels she has achieved her own version of success. Okay, while you're filling in the gaps, guys, remember the gap is a number, the idiom is a letter. Let's discuss the meanings of the idioms. So from rags to riches, it means so a rag is what a homeless person a lot of years ago would wear, like very old, torn clothes. Okay, to riches, having a lot of money. So from
Mhm,
poverty to having lots and lots of wealth or money.
mhm.
Okay,
So, Phil, we have a concern here from Ilaria, and she wrote that she doesn't know the meaning of the idioms, but she can try to fill in the gaps. So maybe we can try to give some examples first on how to use the idioms so that they
yeah.
can have some ideas. So continue with rad searches, sorry.
So yeah, that's rags to riches. Move up in the world. I think it's maybe clearer, this one.
I think it's a clear one. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you like to explain that one, Matthew? Move up in the world?
Sure. So when you say move up in the world, everyone, it's kind of like climbing up the ladder. Okay, so the ladder is like the stairs that you use to go to your attic, for example. All right. So when you move up in the world, it means your position in the society becomes better. All right. So maybe from being an employee to becoming a CEO. So that's an example of moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like be promoted would be
To be
moving up in the world to
absolutely.
get a better position.
Mhm.
Okay.
And how about leaps and bounds, Phil? What do you mean by that? It sounds a bit whoa.
Well, a leap is a jump,
Mm-hmm.
and well, we use the phrase together, leaps and bounds, which means a huge step, a really big step. So usually the phrase that we use all together is he's come on leaps and bounds. Like I had a student that was very afraid to speak in English, but now he's living in Ireland and has
Mm-hmm.
conversation with people every day. His
That's
English has
amazing.
come on leaps and bounds. It's made a big, big step.
That's nice. That's a very good example and a very inspiring story as well. That's really nice. Right. So that's it for leaps and bounds, everyone. And I hope you got that right. Okay. And then we also have come a long way. So more or less, it's quite similar with leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
Okay, so come a long way, it means you have improved so much or you have done so much on something. Okay, so it's more or less the same as leaps and bounds. How about ahead of the pack? What do you mean by off the pack, Phil? What pack?
a pack is originally a group of dogs or a group of wolves. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're ahead of the pack, you are doing better than the rest of
Mm-hmm.
your group. You are the front runner, which brings us
Absolutely.
to the next one. So if there are lots of people applying for a job and we have one front runner, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
If there is a front runner for a list of applicants,
Mm-hmm.
then that front runner is probably the person that will get the job. Is the person that is ahead of the others,
Mm-hmm.
um, doing better than the others. Okay.
Absolutely. So you are at an advantage here. You have the advantage for this particular thing or field. So you're the
Mhm.
front runner or you are ahead of the pack.
Okay.
Okay,
Remember, guys, keep writing in the comments. We see some answers already. One, Emma has written 1D.
absolutely.
Okay, M and 2F. Let's see if she's right. Before that, let's look at top dog. What's
Mm-hmm.
top dog? Who's the top dog in my English school?
In Filthy, right?
Well,
In
in
Filthy.
our school, that's Janet and Mary. I guess. Well,
Yeah,
Mary,
it's Janet.
the top dog.
It's absolutely it's Miss Janet and Mary. So they're the top dogs, okay, because they're the center director and director of studies.
Yeah,
Okay, so just hearing these titles, everyone can give you an idea on what top dog is, meaning the possibly the most important person in an organization.
yeah,
So that person is the top dog for this.
yeah. The CEO could be the top dog.
CEO,
The
absolutely.
manager.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Great.
So
So,
we don't have many answers. Come on, guys, give us your answers. What's number one? Jane has. Well, Emma has written D. Jane
which
has come a long way. Is that correct? What do we think?
are we sure about that?
Yeah,
Fantastic. Very
come.
good.
Yeah.
Meaning
Okay.
she has improved a lot in her career.
Yeah.
Okay. How
Over
about
to
the
you.
second one?
At the moment, she is there. So Emma says
Uh-huh.
F for that one. A, B, C, D, E.
Just
Ah,
front runner.
Is did you mean front runner? I hope so.
Front runner, yeah. And
Front
also
runner.
Ilaria also answered front runner, so that's absolutely fantastic, everyone. Very good.
Well done, Eladia.
Very good.
Okay. Over to you, Matthew.
So let's try. Jane says it is both her work ethic and her positive attitude that just put her at her workplace. So we have an answer from Ilaria, and she wrote top dog.
It
That's
has put,
basically
I think it has put her in
Jane.
a position, right? It
Mm,
has.
absolutely. This is more for a possession.
You need a preposition. Ooh, see an answer for it with a preposition.
Absolutely. So what do you think is the answer for this one, everyone?
If you said
This
ahead of the pack, well done.
It's absolutely correct. Okay. So in this case, we have ahead of the pack, meaning she is the front runner,
Good,
as we
well
call
done.
it. So letter E. Great. So
Well,
should I continue?
well done, Alessandro. Would you like to carry on, Matthew?
All right, sure. So the next one is Jane grew up in a poor family, so her success is a true story.
This
So
one's
from
easy. Come on,
this
guys.
one's quite easy. So from being poor to being rich, everyone.
Yeah,
Ale wrote an answer.
well done, Ali.
Let's
Max
see.
Richards. Yeah.
Fantastic, Ale. Very good. Phil, would you like to continue?
Okay. Jane admits that it feels great to and have more money and status, but she also believes that her greatest achievement is her courage.
Mm-hmm.
It feels great to, well, it's definitely a verb,
Definitely.
to move up in the world.
Very good. So Emma answered the same one, letter B. So congratulations, Emma. Fantastic.
And well done, Eladia, as well. Use
Also
a bit
Maddie as
move up
well.
in the
Good
world.
job. Very good. Great.
Sandra, too. Well done.
Very good.
Next one.
Mm-hmm.
Her confidence has grown in. It has grown in a big step.
Yeah.
It has grown in. Obviously not top dog. Keep the power.
Obviously,
Yeah. Well done, Eladia.
fantastic, Ilaria. Very good. So this one we have leaps and bounds over the past several years.
Yeah.
And of course, we only have one more idiom left. So
There we
whether
go.
she becomes the top dog at work or not, Jane feels that she has achieved her own version of success. Fantastic, everyone. Good job.
Okay. Well
Right.
done, guys.
Good job, everyone. Great.
Yeah.
So, everyone, just a quick note from Phil and I. If you have any questions, okay, or if you want us to clarify anything, please let us know in the live comment section or chat box, okay, so that we can help you with your, with your questions or problems, okay?
Definitely.
Great.
Are
So,
you having fun, guys? I hope so.
I really hope so. From 3 viewers, we now have
I'm
12.
having
So,
fun.
I think
Yeah.
they're quite having fun, Phil. I really hope so. Great.
Right. Now then, measuring success. How is success being measured with the following idioms? Number one, in relation to others. Number two, in relation to somebody's past. And number three, from a starting point in the past to the present moment. Okay. So, guys, again, we'll go A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And you can tell us one, two, or three. What do you think?
So, um, read the instructions carefully, everyone, okay? How is success being measured when it comes to these subjects, okay? In relation to others, somebody's past, and starting point to present moment, okay? So just match the number with the letter from the idioms, okay?
Yeah.
And we will
Um,
definitely read them.
maybe we can do. Oh, okay. Alessandro has has already answered A3. I
So
think
leaps and bounds to
yeah,
number
Laria's
3.
given a question asking us to give an example of leaps and bounds. Okay.
Can we give an example, Phil? Let me think.
Um, it means if you think of a lot, if you just replace it with a lot,
Mhm.
you can say, for example, your English has improved a lot, or your English has improved in leaps and bounds. It means
Mhm.
like a huge step forward.
That's a
Okay.
fantastic example for Phil. Mm.
Okay. So Alessandra said A3. Yeah,
So
I
let's
think
check.
I agree.
I think so. I agree. Fantastic. Very good, Ale. Good job.
Yeah. Rags to riches, front runner, move up in the world, top dog, come a long way, ahead of the pack.
How about the others, everyone? Let us know your answers, okay? And Ilaria, was the explanation clear to you? Let us know as well.
Well, I hope so. I don't have another one.
Me neither, but we we need to come up with another one. That's a very good tip as well, Phil. You just substitute it with a lot of. That's a very, very good tip. Um, Great. How about rags to riches, everyone? What do you think is the correct answer for this? One, two, or three? Hmm. What do you think, Phil?
Well, I think it is someone who comes from very poor to being very rich, so it's number two, in relation to somebody.
Number two. And how about the others? Do they agree with you? Let's check, Phil.
Ah, yeah. Well, Alessandro
They
said
actually
the
agree.
three.
B3. Huh.
It's,
B3.
I guess it's two and three are very similar.
Well, that's true. I mean, it can also be like this, like from a starting point in the past to the present moment, since it's rags to riches. But it's more on your past.
Yeah, it's in relation to the past. It's not really. Well, I think it's also from rags to riches. I would say it's
Mhm.
those three as well, two and three.
Sure. Two and three. So that's definitely acceptable. So
Uh,
Ilaria said, thank you. The explanation was very clear.
um, Daniela says C
C
one.
number one.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Very good. If you want to be a front runner for that,
yeah.
how about move up in the world?
Yeah, good. Also, Alessandro says C1.
Good
Daniela
job.
and Ilaria said D3. Let's check.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Huh. It it
Well,
can
again,
also
two and
be
three are pretty
three.
similar.
Absolutely. So it can also be three. How
Yeah.
about top dog, everyone? Can we have a look for top dog?
Daniela and Ilaria says E1. Okay. Yeah, top dog, the big boss,
Fantastic.
top dog. Okay, come
Fantastic,
along
everyone.
way. Now, come
Letter
along
F.
way.
Hmm.
It's
So Ilaria wrote
certain.
it's number three.
Is she right? Yeah, she's right.
She's absolutely correct. Very good. And Mary
She.
answered everything. So her last one is G1.
What do we think? In relation to
Moving
others?
ahead of the pack as in relation to others.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
let's see.
Okay,
Fantastic, everyone.
if you want to take a screenshot of the idioms or take a
Hmm.
note, okay.
Hmm.
Matthew,
Sure.
let's test each other on the meaning of these idioms. So, how
Okay.
about an idiom that means to have to get a better position or to be promoted?
To get a better position, so it's a verb, I would definitely say move up in the world.
All right, test me.
Mm. And how about if you have improved a lot, Phil? What do you usually use?
You can use two of them, I would say. You say you've come a long way, maybe, or I don't know, if your skill in particular, your IT knowledge has come in leaps and bounds.
Okay, fantastic.
Um, and how about if you're the leader in a group of applicants?
So I can possibly use two idioms for that. I can either be a front runner
Yeah,
or I am head of the pack.
yeah, I agree. Good. Okay,
And how about, I'm sorry.
I hope everyone's a bit clearer now. Um, I think the other ones are maybe the easiest ones. Rags to riches and
Dog and
entitled.
rice riches.
Yeah.
That's true. Great.
Let's
So everyone, if you have any questions, let Phil and I know so that we can help you. But
yeah. There's some questions on the next page, and
yes,
if you have any answers, guys, write
mhm.
in the comments. Okay.
Yes.
The sky's the limit. Oh, let's look at the title for a moment. I like the title.
Yeah,
The sky's the limit.
I like it too. Do you believe?
No. I think there is a glass ceiling.
Oh my goodness, wait. This is becoming a sci-fi story
All
in an
right.
instant.
I think it's clear if you say the sky's the limit, you can go anywhere, right? Your dreams can be possible if
Absolutely.
the sky's the limit.
Absolutely. I think there is a very cliche slogan for that, like endless possibilities.
All right.
Or something is limitless.
I've just written in the comments, the sky's the limit, or is there a glass ceiling? Like a ceiling that you don't see that exists, but
Mm-hmm.
there is if a lot of feminists say that there is a glass ceiling for women in the workplace. Like there's only so far that in this society that they can go.
Sure.
That's an
Mm-hmm.
example of of the idiom.
Glass.
Okay, let's look at the three questions.
Okay.
Have you ever read a book or watched a film about a rags to riches story? Explain the story. Write in the comments, write in the comments, write in the comments.
Answer, everyone. Go.
Yeah. And number two, Matthew.
So number two is, do you think it is easy for people to move up in the world? And what is easy or hard about it?
Or do you think there is a glass ceiling?
So
Okay.
is there a glass ceiling, everyone?
And the last question, when you think about the top dog in a workplace, what type of person is he or she? Okay.
Oh,
Have you seen Oliver Twist, Matthew?
unfortunately not yet.
You've never seen Oliver Twist?
I'm not a classic guy, so
Ah,
unfortunately when it comes to classics, I'm just not your go-to person.
I recommend it.
But
It's probably the
you've
most
read that.
famous, the richest story. Uh,
But you've
Charles
read
Dickens.
that.
Yeah, I've read it and I've seen it. Yeah.
So can you explain us your summary of it? If
Um,
you can still remember, of course.
a boy in Victorian London joins a group of pickpockets, and
Okay, whoa.
eventually he gets into trouble, but then he gets adopted by a rich person, and happily ever after. Lots of people die. Um, Spoilers.
That's one way.
Okay,
That's not one way to put
let's
it.
move on. Sort of time. We're running out of time. So number two, do you think it's easy for people to move up in the world? What is easy or hard about it? Again, guys, write in the comments.
Absolutely. If you have any answers for that, please, we would love to hear your opinions for the very last
Yeah,
time. For one more minute.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's easy?
Well, me,
Mhm.
in some places it's easier than others, but at
Sure.
the moment, no. In general, I think it's almost impossible for somebody to become to somebody to start in a place of poverty to become, very
Mhm.
wealthy. I think
Absolutely.
it's extraordinarily difficult.
Okay. We have
Uh,
some answers, Phil.
okay, would you like to read, Matthew?
Yeah, sure. So we have an answer from Ilaria, and she wrote that I love The Millionaire, which is a film in which the protagonist, who is a poor guy, won $1 million on a TV program using his life experience in India. Oh, I think this is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? Slumdog Millionaire. Sorry.
Yeah,
I think
the
it's Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah,
Ah, okay. Ah, that's nice. And we also have another answer from Ale, Phil. Could you read it, please?
yeah. I think it's very interesting to see the difference between a boss and a leader when you consider the value of a top dog. Hmm. Uh,
Hmm.
a boss and a leader when you consider the okay. Are you saying that there's a difference between boss and leader? I'm not sure of the
Maybe,
meaning.
maybe Ali was trying to say that a boss sometimes just commands people, but a leader leads. Is that what you're trying to imply, Ali? Because if that's the case, we understand it.
Right.
Maybe it's the
Uh,
position or the hierarchy.
Potentially, yeah. The CEO, the high earners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. Great. So, everyone, as much as Phil and I would love to continue, reading your answers on these questions, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time now to continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have. We wanted to look at verbs with the prefix out, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have time.
Mm-hmm.
So as homework, guys, I want you to look up some verbs. These to outperform. And there's these ones at the bottom. If you take a screenshot of the page,
Mm-hmm.
you can have a look at these verbs: outrun, outsmart, outshine, outdo, and stand out. Because outperform usually it means to do better than other people. Outrun means to run faster, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So to expand your vocabulary as homework, look at these verbs. Try to use them in a sentence. Okay. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us in this webinar. Remember, if you have any questions about anything, please use the SOS page on Facebook so that you can post your problems or if you need clarifications. And we're sure, Phil and I are sure that we will do our best to help you with anything.
Uh,
Okay?
Mindful SOS. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But for now, everyone, Phil and I would like to thank you so much for attending this webinar. And we really hope that you participate in other webinars. Thank you
Okay.
so much, guys. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great evening.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye, Phil.
Bye.